Take control of your finances. Gain insights from top industry professionals. Financial topics that matter to you from your go-to resource. This is Right on the Money with your host, Dennis Mattern.
Hey, hello, and welcome to Right on the Money, the show that features financial advisors, insurance professionals, and fiduciaries who discuss financial topics that empower you to take control of your finances. I'm your host, Dennis Mattern. Today, I am excited to be joined by Nick Bour, founder and CEO of Inspire Wealth. Nick, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
It is always fantastic to have you on the show. I had no idea what Irma was other than a hurricane back several years ago. But there's this thing, folks, that if you're getting close to retirement, there's all kinds of considerations that you have to make. There's taxes, there's your health insurance, there's where are you going to live? Are you ready to retire? And one of the big ones that I had no idea that could affect so many things was this crazy little thing called Irma. And folks, I am so glad you're here because Nick is going to explain it. And that's where we're going to start, Nick. What is Irma? When does it come into play? And then we're going to get into why this all matters.
Comes into play when you turn 65 and you're aging into Medicare. So Irma is income-related monthly adjustment amount, and how it really impacts retirees and people going into retirement is what you're going to pay for your Part B premium. Mm-hmm. Part B premium comes right out of your Social Security. Currently, $174.70 is the base or the premium most are going to pay. Part A is the hospitalization that is free. You've been paying into it all these years. What Irma is according to the IRS and Social Security, is a surcharge or a tax, depending on who you ask, of that Part B premium based on your income that you have for that given year.
I've heard that Irma is often referred to as a wealth tax.
So that is a very misconception. It's a very common one in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I believe, yes, a lot of people look at it as a wealth tax, or it's only for the wealthy. Most people that have even heard the term Irma or the acronym usually either have done a good job saving assets, are very good savers, and they're starting to hear this. Okay, what do I need to, what is Irma? What do I need to do? Is there planning I need to do to try to not take on this extra cost? And why I say I don't consider it a wealth tax is because the clients that my team and I see day in and day out have really done just a really good job saving. And they've done a really good job saving, but they've saved, in our opinion, one place and not always the right place.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people saving in pre-tax, and now they're going to have to start pulling funds out, whether it's at required minimum distribution age or because they're using that income to supplement Social Security and their lifestyle. And that's going to negatively impact from an Irma perspective.
So who does this affect the most then?
It affects people that are either going to be at better than average income levels. Mm-hmm. So I will tell you currently, and this is a moving target, but currently the initial base bracket for Irma is a single person that's over $103,000 or a married couple that's over $206,000. You're going to pay a surcharge or an additional tax over and above your traditional $174.70 of your Part B premium. Most people, the first minute they hear that, they're like, I don't think I'm going to be over $206,000 with my wife and I, or with my husband and myself. And where it really comes up and surprises people is RMDs and how things are counted differently.
Sure.
Meaning how their income is counted. Most people, if you're used to being a W-2 employee, you're used to being taxed one way and one way only. And now all of a sudden you have numerous ways that income can be counted for or against and taxed. And that's where it can get very confusing.
So I want to say that back to you because that gets confusing. And you threw a acronym in there, RMD, Required Minimum Distribution. Okay. And so I do know that if I want to say this back to you. So you're saying that for a lot of retirees, they have money that's coming in that was maybe taxed or not taxed or from different sources.
Yep.
And then the government's looking at that.
Correct.
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to come back after the break, and we're going to find out we're going to talk about how IRMAA is calculated and paid, because I know I read that it's a cliff tax. Some people refer to it that way. There's 2 years ahead. No one knows. So folks, you absolutely need to come back after the break to catch up on that. I also want you to know that you can always watch full episodes on our YouTube channel or at rightonthemoneyshow.com. Now, do us a favor, squeeze the like button, click subscribe. That way you won't miss a single show. We'll see you on the other side of the break.